I really like the preamble to this because it recognizes right off the top that hate crimes are an affront to human dignity.
The BC Prosecution Service has updated its definitions for hate crimes in the province, expanding them to include hate propaganda, conversion therapy, and more. Last spring in North Vancouver, the BC government got a court injunction to stop anti-vaccine and anti-SOGI groups from hanging banners on overpasses like this one on Mountain Highway.
Including banners attacking kind of queer and trans inclusions in school, protesting SOGI 123, which is a resource for BC schools used in all BC school districts.
At the time, some said the RCMP weren't doing enough to stop the protesters since they kept returning without penalty despite the injunction.
It was pretty clear that the RCMP felt the language previously was not clear enough for them to be able to come out and charge people who were displaying messages of hate very frequently out here. And so I'm hopeful that this will now give the police the teeth to be able to charge and convict people who are spreading messages of hate.
The BC Prosecution Service's updated policy now expands the definition of hate crimes to include mischief to property of an identifiable group motivated by hate, bias, or prejudice. Any criminal code offense targeting people based on race, religion, sexual orientation, and more is now part of the policy, and it also has sections specific to anti-Semitism and conversion therapy. An activist in North Vancouver is calling these changes validating and a useful tool for those dealing with hate.
These struggles are something that the communities have been dealing with for a very long time. And one of the kind of frustrating barriers to seeking a solution or an end to some of the hate going around is that, you know, hate crime legislation has been quite poorly defined. The term hate crime itself doesn't actually exist in the criminal code. At
the end of January, a 51-year-old who stole a Progress Pride flag at the Lonsdale Quay in May was convicted of 2 counts of mischief. District Councillor Catherine Pope says she's pleased to see the prosecution service using strong language to highlight crimes motivated by hate.
It makes it abundantly clear that this needs to be taken more seriously and that these kinds of crimes are to be punished as hate crimes.
Meanwhile, CSIS told City News on Thursday violent threats from the anti-gender movement are, quote, almost certain to continue over the coming year. In North Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.